Dear students, so what is the formula for cost of term loan? That is KTL is equal to I. I is interest amount into 1 minus T, 1 minus TC, that is corporate tax. So it's very simple. Interest rate we have to multiply by 1 minus tax rate. Okay, we will get the cost of term loan. It's very simple. Okay, so shall we do a problem on this? Yeah, I request someone to read the question. Anyone, students? Or you want me to proclaim your names? Yeah.
ABC Co Limited borrowed term loan from PSB.
One student. Again, somebody is joining as MCOM Able. Who is that? MCOM Able. Please, rename yourself, or else I'll remove it. I'll remove you, and you cannot join again. You cannot join back any of the classes. MCOM Able. Can you unmute? MCOM Able. I think it is Jocelyn. Jocelyn, please rename yourself, or else I have to remove you. If I remove you, you cannot join again any of the classes. MCOM Able. I think it is Jocelyn. Please rename. Okay, let him be in the waiting room. Yeah. Sorry, somebody was reading question. Sorry. Please continue, ma.
ABC Co Limited borrowed term loan from PSB of rupees 1 lakh bearing interest 12% per annum for 5 years. The corporate tax applicable to this company is 35%. Determine the cost of term loan.
Okay. So ABC Company Limited. Co means actually it's company. Company we write short form. So ABC Company Limited borrowed term loan from PSB. What is PSB? It's a short form for some kind of banks. Anybody? What is PSB? Yeah. It is public sector bank. PSB is a short form which is used for public sector bank. Okay. So public sector bank, they have borrowed the loan. How much they borrowed? 1 lakh. Okay. And what is the interest rate? Interest rate is 12% per annum. Interest rate is 12% per annum for 5 years. That means the term is 5 years. The corporate tax applicable to this company is 35%. Determine the cost of term loan. Okay. So please bear in mind these facts. One is value is 1 lakh and interest rate is 12% per annum and it is for 5 years and tax rate is 35%. Okay. Yeah. So let me open my Excel. Hope you're able to see the Excel. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we need to calculate cost of term loan. It is KTL is equal to I into 1 minus T. Okay. And the company details are also there here. So formula is I. So first you have to calculate I. So how will you calculate I? That is interest.
12% on face value.
Pardon? 12% on
Face value.
not face value. It is actually called principal amount. Recall the amount what you are borrowing, the loan amount or principal amount. So 1 lakh into 12%. Correct? So please substitute the values. Yeah, 1 lakh into 12%. How much you'll get?
12,000.
It is 12,000. So it's simply you can do it without calculating, even without using calculator. Okay, so I got the I value and I know T value is 35%, that is 0.035. So now we'll substitute now in the formula, that is I, that is 12,000 into 1 minus 0.035. Yeah, that is 12,000 into 1 minus 0.35. So please deduct that 1 minus 0.35, how much you'll get?
0.65.
0.65. So 0.65 into 12,000.
7,800.
7,800.
7,800.
7,800. So 7,800 is the term loan, the cost of term loan for the company. Clear? That is the cost of term loan for the company. So 7,500 is a cost of term loan. Okay. Okay. Clear? Understood? So anyway, we will do these kind of problems again and again in the when we do the weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So till now we have done cost of equity, cost of preference share, cost of debt, and cost of term loan, and then cost of retained earnings. Clear? So we have done all that. These are the maximum what you normally get in the capital structure. Okay. So this will make your capital structure. Okay. So we will go now for next question for us. So please open your question bank. So question bank where we stopped last class.
3.11.
3.11 we have completed. That is retained earnings we have completed. Correct. Now we will go for question number 3.12. 3.12. I request someone to please read. Anyone, students? 3.12.
Rao Corporation has target capital structure of 60% equity and 40% debt. Its cost of equity is 18% and its pre-tax cost of debt is 13%. If the relevant tax rate is 35%, what is the Rao Corporation's WWC?
Okay. So now onwards we will calculate the weighted average cost of capital. So what is weighted average cost of capital? That is actually the combination of all the capital what the company have. Okay, it can be equity, it can be debt, it can be preference share, it can be term loans. Okay, it can be retained earnings, whatever it may be. So put together, what is the weighted average cost of capital? That means we will calculate the weight based on the capital what they have, and then we will calculate the weighted average cost of capital, so that the company will know that what is my weighted average average cost of capital of the entire capital what the company has borrowed. Okay, either through preference share or equity or debt. Okay, so here he has given us the capital structure percentage, the ratio. So how much is equity, how much is debt? So broadly speaking, there are only two types of capital, that is equity and debt. And again, in that we have different kinds of hybrid instruments. Okay, for example, preference share is a hybrid instrument. It is having a features of equity and debt together. And then in debt we come across term loan, then we come across debentures, bonds, all that, bank loan, everything comes under debt. Okay, retained earnings, again it's a part of equity only. So he has told us the percentage of equity and debt is 60% and 40%. So its cost of equity is 18%. Okay, the cost of equity is 18% and the pre-tax cost of debt is 13%. That means what? He has given us directly the cost of equity and cost of debt. That means there is no need for us to calculate again. Okay, till now we were calculating separately, but here he has given us directly the cost of equity and cost of debt. Okay, and he has given the tax rate as 35%. And what is the Rao's company's WACC we have to calculate. Okay, So what is the formula of WACC? Did we discuss that earlier? Anybody? I think it is there in the question bank only, page number 1. Can you see there WACC formula? This is weighted average cost of capital. So how it is calculated? WE into KE plus WP into KP plus WD into KD into 1 minus TC. So what is WE, WP, WD? That is nothing but these are the weights. WE means the weight for equity capital in the total capital structure what they have. Then WP is weighted weight for preferred share capital. WD is weight for debt capital. So if you want to please write down, all of you please write down, or else you'll get confusion. WACC means weighted average cost of capital. WE means weightage of equity capital in the overall capital. Then WP is weight for preference share capital. WD is weight for debt capital. Is it clear? Did you understand WE, WP, WD? Yes, no? Students, please respond.
So could you repeat, sir?
Yeah, I'll repeat, plus please write down, okay? So WE is the weight of equity capital. Weight of equity capital in the overall capital structure what the company is having. Then WP is weight for preference share capital. That's what the word P is here. It's very easy to identify. E means equity, P means preference share, D means debt capital. So weight for the equity capital, weight for preference share capital, and weight for debt capital. Did you understand? And this has to be multiplied by KE. What is KE? I think you already know. What is KE?
Cost of equity.
Cost of equity. What is KP?
Cost of preference shares.
Cost of preference share. And what is KD?
Cost of debenture.
Cost of
Debenture. Debt.
it can be
Capital.
debenture, bond, anything. It's a debt. You can call it as debt. So it is a cost of debt. Debt can be debenture, bonds, anything, term loans. And then we have 1 minus TC. Okay, 1 minus TC, nothing but corporate tax. Clear? So WE into KE plus WP into KP plus WD into KD into 1 minus TC. Because why we have to use 1 minus TC? Normally they'll give you pre-tax only. So the cost of debt will be given pre-tax. You have to convert that into post-tax. So how will you convert? By multiplying into 1 minus TC. Clear? Understood, student?
Yes, sir.
Understood the formula. So shall we go and solve the problem now? Yeah. So question number 3.12 we were discussing. Okay. So let us first write down what is given in the question. So what all is given in the question, we will first write it down. So it will be easy for us to calculate. So he has given debt to equity capital 40-60%. So first we'll write how much is equity percentage it will be now. Equity percentage 60%. That is nothing but 0.60. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, debt is given 40%. 40%, that is nothing but 0.4. So what is this actually? 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. This is your WE or P or D. This is WE. Okay. Yeah, this is not cost actually, this is weight. weight of equity capital. Okay, so that is 0.6%. Clear? Is it understood? That is WE. And then this is what? This is W. This is the weight of debt capital. We name them as WD. And this is WE. Understood? This is what he has given there. 60% is equity and debt is 40% in the overall capital what they have. So he has given us indirectly the weightage. So we don't need to calculate the weights. So WE is 60% and WD is 40%. That is 0.4 and 0.6. Then next what he has given, how much is the cost of equity? 18%. So around 18%, that is nothing but 0.18. Then what is cost of debt? 13%. Cost of debt is 13%. That is nothing but 0.13 in decimal points. And then tax is 35%. That is nothing but 0.35. You understand? This is the data what he has given us. Yeah. So in this, what is missing? He is not having any equity. He is not having any WP. Okay, so WP is not there. That we can remove it in the formula. You can remove WP is not required because it is not given. He has only given us WE and then WD has given. Understood, students? Whatever is not given, there is no need to write that in the formula. You can remove it. So now our formula will be what? WE into KE plus WD into KD into 1 minus T. I know WE is 6%, 60%, WD 40%, KE I know 0.18, KD I know 0.13, I know tax is 0.35. So shall I substitute now in the formula? Yeah, that is what I have substituted. So 0.6 into 0.18 plus 0.5 into 0.13, then 1 minus 0.35. So please simplify this. 1 minus 0.35, that is 0.65 into 0.13. How much will get? How much will get? 0.13 into 0.065. Student, please reply. Please, all of you calculate in your calculator. Hello?
So 0.1418. 1418 final answer.
I don't final answer. I just ask you 0.13 into 0.065.
So 0.0845.
Correct, right? What I have written is correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He is asking us to calculate what? Next you have to simplify further. So you will get 0.4 into 0.0845, you will get 0.0335. So now you add both, how much you will get?
0.1418.
So there will not have any confusion.
0.1418.
0.1418 is correct. So how much percentage?
14.18.
14.18%.
14.18%. Clear? Understood how to calculate weighted average cost of capital? So these are very simple problems I'm just teaching you in
Sir.
PT. Later I'll teach you how to calculate weights also and how to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. Okay. Any doubt? Did you understand, students?
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So, what is the application behind cutting WP and KP?
What is the concept in?
So, in the entire formula, so since it was not given in the question, you cut WP and KP, I guess, sir.
Yeah,
In the
because
formula.
there is no preference capital in this capital structure of the company. So that is not required. So whatever capital is not there, you can remove it.
So in the future, so in the upcoming questions, if there's no WE or KE, so we'll cut that from the formula also.
You can cut that or you can write it as 0. That's all.
Okay.
Write it as 0, 0, so that it's not considered for your calculation.
Okay. Thank you.
But the overall formula remains the same. I'm not changing
Okay.
the formula. Only thing, since it is not given, I removed it. You also can do that way, or else you can write it as 0.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Confused. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next, 3.13 we will do now. 3.13 I think is missing here. Is it there in your question bank? Students,
No, sir.
it's not there. 3.13 is not there. Okay. Shall I send it in your WhatsApp group now? Or you want me to type it out? Yeah, please tell me.
So we can send it in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute, I'm sending. You will see it. Yeah. Did you get it? Look at 3.13 only. Don't see 3.14. 3.13.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can someone read the question?
Mehta Limited's WACC is 11% and its tax rate is 35%. Mehta's pre-tax cost of debt is 10% and its debt equity ratio is 0.16 is to 1.
No,
The
no, no.
risk-free,
0.6 is to 1, no?
oh sorry, 0.6 is to 1.
Yeah.
The risk-free rate is 8% and the market risk premium is 7%. What is the beta of Mehta's equity?
Okay. In this question, he has given us a reverse order. He has already given us the weighted average cost of capital. How much he has given?
11%.
11% he has given. Then what else he has given? Tax. How much is tax?
35%.
35%. Then how much is cost of debt? Pre-tax
10%.
cost of debt?
10%.
10%. Then what is debt to equity ratio?
0.6 is to 1.
Yeah, that is 0.6 is to 1. That is nothing but in the weight thing. If you want to calculate, it will be weightage for debt will be 0.6 divided by 1.6. The total is actually 1.6. In that 1.6, 0.6 is debt. And how much will be equity? Anyone? Can you tell me? It's given there in the question, debt equity. That means the first one is debt, second one is equity. So for debt is 0.6. So how much is equity? 0.6 is to 1. So tell me.
1 is equity.
Yeah, that is 1. So 1 is equity. So 1 divided by 1.6. Because he has given us the ratio there that I don't want. I want the weightage. So that's why you have to calculate like this. So 0.6 is debt and 1 is equity. And out of total capital is how much? 1.6. Total capital is 1.6. That is the weights. Okay. Now we will keep it as it is. Then what is main thing he has not given? He has given cost of debt. But cost of equity he has not given. So how will you calculate cost of equity? Anyone? You can use your knowledge what we have discussed in the cost of equity. How to
So
calculate?
could you repeat on how you got cost of debt as cost of equity and cost of debt again?
Cost of debt is 10%. That is directly given no in the question.
No, sir. Wait. Sorry. Wait.
Wait, yeah, he has given the debt equity ratio, that is 0.6:1. Okay, so 0.6:1. So wait, how it is calculated? Your weightage of debt, that is 0.6, divided by the overall capital. The overall capital is 1.6. How I got 1.6? That is debt is 0.6 and equity is 1. So when you add that, I'll get 1.6. Got it? So the overall cost of capital is, when you add both of the weights, I'll get the total capital. So total capital is 1.6. That is 0.6 plus 1. Got it? So in the
Yes, sir.
1.6 total capital, 0.6 is debt and 1 is equity. Clear? So when the ratio is given, you have to just add both the ratio, you'll get the total capital. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anybody quickly, how to calculate the cost of equity?
Capital asset pricing model method.
Yeah. How? How did you decide that?
So because they're asking for beta in the question, sir.
Is asking beta for us to calculate in the question. Okay. So for that, what he has given us? Additional data he has given. So he has given us
Yes.
risk-free rate of return. How much? How much is RF? RF is 8%, right?
8%, sir.
And market premium is 7%. That means what? How do you write market premium? What is market premium? It is nothing but RM minus RF. That particular value what you get, that is a market premium. When I take the risk of market return of market, then when I minus the risk-free rate of return, the whatever I get, that is called market premium. That is RM minus RF is 7%. So we have to calculate first KE, then only we can calculate what? Beta. Okay, so shall we do it now? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first we will calculate the the values, and then we will go for beta calculation. So we are doing 3.13. Okay. So how to calculate KE? Because without KE, without this I cannot calculate beta. Yes or no? This is a CAPM model. I know RF, I know RM minus RF, but I don't know beta. I don't know KE also. So when there are two unknown variables, I cannot calculate any of the values. So how to calculate KE? Any idea? Anyone? We can calculate using cost of weighted average cost of capital, which I already know. It is 11%. Weighted average cost of capital, that is WACC. We called as K naught. K naught is it will indicates WACC. So WACC is directly given. I know the weight of equity. I don't know the cost of equity. We will keep it as it is. I know the weight of debt. I know the cost of debt. I know the tax rate. I know weighted average cost of capital also I know. So using this data, we can calculate KE. So let us substitute now. So weighted average cost of capital is 11%, that is 0.11. Okay. And weight for KE is how much? 1 divided by 1.6. So KE is weight of equity is 1 divided by 1.6 into KE I don't know, right as it is, plus WD I know, that is weightage for debt 0.6 divided by 1.6 into KD I know 10%. So when I convert to decimal, I'll get 0.10 into 1 minus TC. That is 1 minus T is 35%. So 1 minus 0.35. Understood now my substitutions? Any doubt in substitution? Yes, no, please confirm, students. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
understood the substitution, how to do it? Any doubt? So let us simplify now. Okay, so please calculate this value, how much will get 0.6 divided by 1.6, how much will get? Any one of you calculate?
So 0.375.
0.375, correct. Next you multiply 0.1 into 1 minus 0.35, how much will get? Yeah, please confirm the answer. This part you multiply.
0.065.
Yeah, 0.065. Okay. And this one divided by 1.6. Are you getting 0.625? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Yeah. So 1 divided by 1.6 is 0.625 and 0.6 divided by 1.6 is 0.375 and 0.1 into 0.065 is 0.065. Okay. So we'll go forward. Now again you multiply these two, how much will get? 0.375 into 0.065.
0.0243.
Yeah, 0.024375 something you'll get. Yeah. Next, what is the next step? Now you bring KE this side. Okay, we will bring KE to the left hand side. Okay, then we will take 0.02 will become minus 0.20. Okay, so this will go this side, so it will become minus. So minus 0.04375. So simplify that. 0.11 minus 0.024 minus that, how much will get?
0.0856.
0.0856 is correct. Next. So now you how much? Now you take your 0.625 to the right hand side. That will become divided by or multiplied by?
Divided by.
Divided by. Yeah. It will be divided by 0.625. So now you divide, how much will get?
1.37.
137.
0.137 is correct. So what is the percentage you calculate?
13.7.
13.7%. Got it, student? Since he had given us cost of equity, that is, since he has given us weighted average cost of capital and only one variable was unknown, that is cost of equity was unknown. So we are able to find out. So we got cost of equity. So next, what you have to calculate?
Beta.
We calculate beta. So we know KE and we know the CAPM formula. Substitute now. So KE is 0.37, 0.137. RF, how much is RF? How much is RF?
8%. 8%.
8%, that is 0.08. And plus beta, I don't know, right, as it is. RM minus RF is how much?
0.07.
Premium. 0.07. Clear? That is what I substituted here. Then go simplify further. Now you bring your beta to the left hand side and take your 0.13 to the right hand side. So how much it will become? 0.375. So minus that, how much will get? Yeah, 0.137 minus 0.08. How much will get?
0.057.
0.057 is correct. So now you divide that by 0.07. So how much will get beta?
0.814. 814.
0.8. Got it? So beta is 0.814 and should be multiplied by 100.
81.42.
No, we should not do it.
Not
Beta is a coefficient. Beta is not a percentage. So beta should never be converted into percentage. Do not multiply by 100. Okay. So beta is a coefficient which lies between 0 to 1. 0 to 1. Okay. It's a range. Sometimes it will go beyond 1 also, but it's never in percentage. So it's a coefficient of the systematic risk. I told last class, right? So beta actually measures what? Beta measures systematic risk, and your standard deviation measures your total risk of the company. Okay. So if you want, somebody want to know what is your company's systematic risk, they have to refer your beta. And they want to know the total risk what the company is having whenever anybody want to purchase your company shares, so they can calculate total risk. This total risk will be measured by standard deviation. What do you mean by total risk? Total risk includes both what? That is systematic and unsystematic risk. Systematic and unsystematic risk. That is the application of the CAPM model. Anyways, when you learn next semester the portfolio management, I think Dean sir will teach you more about that. Okay, so that you keep it in mind. Beta calculates the systematic risk. That means the risk because of your market risk. In other way, it's called market risk. So market risk for this company is 0.8143. Okay, that means is it more risk or less risk?
More risk.
The risk is more. That means your stock prices will deviate more than the market return. That's what is called 0.18. So risk is very high. Okay. Okay. That anyways, keep it apart. So now you understood how to calculate beta. Okay. So this is what the use of WACC. You can calculate WACC. If you know, you can calculate the other cost. You can even calculate beta also, all that thing. Okay. So shall we move forward now? We will just read 3.14 and 3.16. We will discuss. You can do it as homework. It's similar to the same thing what we have done. So 3.14 quickly, anyone? This is a very simple one. So I'm not doing it now. I want you to practice. 3.14. Anyone kindly read? .14 quickly.
Nishant Limited's WACC is 14% and its tax rate is 33%. Nishant's pre-tax cost of debt is 12% and its debt equity ratio is 2.2:1. The risk-free ratio is 8% and the market risk premium is 6%. What is the beta of Nishant's equity?
So it is same. Okay. It is debt equal to the 3.13 what we have done just now. Yes or no? There also he has not given cost of equity, he has not given beta. So you are supposed to calculate both. He has given WACC 14%. He has given tax rate 33%, and cost of debt he has given 12%. Debt equity ratio is 2:1. So how much is the weight for debt? Debt capital, can you tell me? How much are we going to use WD? WD will be how much?
2/3.
2/3.
2 divided by
3.
Yes, 2 divided by 3 is correct. And what is the weight for equity?
1 divided by 3.
1 divided by 3. Got it now? So debt equity ratio is given 2:1. So weight for debt is 2 divided by 3 and weight for equity will be 1 divided by 3 you take. And then he has given RF is 8% and then risk premium, that is RM minus RF, 6% is given. So can you do this as homework? Any doubt you have? 3.14. Yes or no? Please confirm. Students?
No, sir.
You can't do as homework.
Yes, sir.
We can do so.
It is same like 3.13. Okay. Anyways, I'm actually sharing all the Excels also what I'm using to teach in the LMS. You might have seen that. Please open LMS and check. And even the videos are there. You can look at the video and you can calculate. Okay. Next 3.15. Quickly, somebody read. 3.15. Anyone? Quickly read. Or let me take attendance and call someone. Let them read. Mohammad Naushir. Mohammad Naushir is not there.
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir.
Yeah, please read Mohammad.
3.15, no, sir.
Yeah.
Issued corporation WCCA is 11% and its tax rate
is
is
WACC?
36%. Issued pre-tax cost of debt is
Mohammad
10%.
Naushir.
Yes, sir.
What is WACC?
WACC, sir.
But you want to
Value-
discuss it from morning. What is WACC? Anyone?
So weighted average cost of capital.
Yeah. You please read it as weighted average cost of capital. Don't read it as WACC.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Acute Corporation's weighted average cost of capital is 11% and its tax rate is 36%. Acute pre-tax cost of debt is 10% and its debt equity ratio is 1:5:1.
No. 1.5:1.
1.5:1.
Yeah.
The risk-free rate is 7% and the market risk premium is 8%. What is the beta of Acute's equity?
Okay. So it is also same like your question number 3.13. Same thing he has given. Cost of equity has given. Sorry. Cost of weighted average cost of capital is given. Tax rate is given. Cost of debt is given. Now, to be weightage for debt, how much will you take?
1.5 divided by 2.5.
Yeah, 1.5 divided by 2.5 is correct. And for equity, how much will you take?
1 divided by 2.5.
1 divided by 2.5. Yeah. Risk-free rate is given and he has given risk premium. That is RM minus RF, he has given 8%. Then you have to calculate cost of beta. If you want to calculate cost of beta, sorry, the value of beta, you need to first calculate cost of equity. Okay. So that is why I given both of this as homework. 3.14, 3.15. So please do it and please tell me the answer tomorrow. Can you do it? You have to do
Yes,
it.
sir.
Okay? 3.14, 3.5. Please do it as homework. Now we'll go to next question. Question number 16. Question 16, I want someone to read. Please read. Minu is there. Minu, can you read? Minu Rosie. Minu Rosie Varghese, can you read the question? Melvin Thomas. Melvin Thomas. Archit George. Yeah, please don't waste time. Please read.
So 3.17, sir.
Yeah, who is reading?
Million, sir.
Yeah, Million, please read. And those are
From
names
the
I'm calling. If you're not reading, that means you are no on the line. You are there, but you are mentally, physically, you are not there. So I think it's not necessary for us to give attendance when your name is called. You're not responding. So please take it from me. Yeah, Million. Please.
3.17.
Yeah, no,
From the
3.16.
Okay, so okay. Unix Limited equity beta is 1.2. The market risk premium is 7%, and the risk-free rate is 10%. Unix has a debt equity of 2.3. Its pre-cost of debt is 14%. If the tax rate is 30%, 35%, what is the weighted average cost of capital? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So till now in the question number 3.13 onwards, he has given you directly the weighted average cost of capital. Now he is asking reverse. Now you have to calculate now weighted average cost of capital by the data given there. Okay. So we need cost of debt, that is given here 14%, and then weightage is given. How much is the weightage for debt capital? How much will you take weight for debt capital?
So 2/5,
2/5, and equity
3/5.
3/5. But what is missing to calculate weighted average cost of capital? The cost of equity is missing. Yes or no? Cost of equity nobody has given, but we need to calculate. So how will you calculate the cost of equity?
Capital asset pricing model.
Yeah, CAPM model. So he has given for us beta, he has given market risk, he has given, okay, market risk premium he has given 7%, risk rate is given 10%. So using that we can calculate. Okay. Yes. So write down now. First we'll write down whatever is given for us. How much is beta given? 1.2.
1.2.
Yeah. Then how much is RM minus RF? Risk premium?
7%.
7%. How much is RF? Risk-free rate?
10%.
10%. How much is WD? Wait for debt
2/5.
2/5 and equity 3/5.
3/5.
Then KD, how much has given cost of debt?
14%.
How much?
14%.
14%. Then tax he has given. So what he has not given?
35%.
KE is not given. That you have to calculate, and K naught we have to calculate. K naught means again it is weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So first we will calculate KE. So all of you told we can use CAPM formula to calculate KE. Okay. So KE is equal to, what is the formula?
RF plus
This
beta.
formula, students. Yeah. RF plus
Beta into RM minus RF.
Yeah, RF plus beta into RM minus RF. KE I don't know, right, as it is. I know RF is how much? 10%, that is 0.10. Beta I know 1.2. RM minus RF I know 7%. Substitute that. So 0.1 plus 1.2 into 0.007. So now we multiply 0.12 into 0.07. How much will get? Yeah.
0.84.
0.184.
0.084. 0.084. Correct. Yeah. Now you add this, how much will get?
0.184.
0.184.
1.
That is nothing but 18.4%. So I got cost of equity. Now we can calculate what? K naught. K naught nothing but WACC. So we will calculate. So KE we got weightage. How much we got? KE. That is the weight for equity capital 3/5. So write as it is 3/5 into, and your cost of equity, that is 0.184, plus the weightage of D is 2/5 into K cost of debt, that is 14%, 0.14 into 1/1 minus 0.35. Okay, this is what you'll get in the formula. 3/5 into 0.184 plus 2/5 into 0.14 into 1 minus 0.35. Did you understand the substitution, what you have done? Any doubt? Okay, simplify further. How much will get? Calculate this 3/5 into 0.184. How much will get?
0.1104.
How much?
0.1104.
Yeah, 0.1104. Next, this one 2 divided by 5 into 0.14.
0.056.
0.056. 56.
Yeah. So this is what you are telling. Yeah, I think I done one step later. Yeah, 0.0364. So now you add how much you'll get cost of equity, cost of
0.1468. 1468.
1468. Got it, student? This is what is your WACC, 14.68%, 14%. Okay. So individually, if you see, it is how much cost of equity is 18%, cost of debt is 14%. But when I calculate the weighted average cost of capital, it is how much? 14.68. That is what is their weighted average cost of capital of the company. Understood? So in this question, he has asked us to calculate weighted average cost of capital. So for that, he has not given cost of equity that we have calculated, and then we have done the calculation so that we can get the weighted average cost of capital. Clear? We'll go to the next question. Yeah, 3.17. 3.17 is an easy one. You can do it as homework. We'll do 3.18. We will discuss. 3.17, you can do it as homework. Yeah, 3.18. Any one of you, please read.
Servex company has the following capital structure as on 31st March 2008. Source and book value: equity share capital 2 lakh shares at book value of 40 lakhs, 10% preference share capital at book value of 10 lakhs, 14% debentures book value 30 lakhs, total is 80 lakhs. The equity shares of the company sell at rupees 20. It is expected that the company will pay next year dividend next year.
Yeah, anyone?
Weighted average cost of capital based on existing capital structure. Compute new weighted average cost of capital if the company raises an additional rupees 20 lakh by issuing 15% debentures. This would result in increasing the expected dividend to rupees 3 and leave the growth rate unchanged, but the price of equity shares will fall to 15 per share.
Okay. So he's asking us to, he has given us the book value. Book value means without considering what's happening in the market, without taking the current, what is the current rates, current market selling price and all those things. We are not considering it. We will only take whatever is there in the book value, what is in the balance sheet. Okay. So equity capital is, it is totally 40 lakhs. That means how many number of shares they have? 2 lakh shares they have. Okay. And then preference share capital, they have 10 lakhs, debentures 14%, that is the rate of interest, that is 30,000. Total they have 80 lakhs of book value capital structure. Okay, total capital is 80 lakhs. Got it? And then the equity share of the company sells at 20 rupees. It is expected that company will pay next year a dividend of rupees 2 per share, which will grow at 7% forever. Assume 35% of tax rate. You are required to compute WACC based on existing capital structure. And then this is our first question. We have to calculate based on the existing capital structure. Then second question, we have to calculate WACC by considering the company is raising additional 20 lakhs by issuing 15% debenture. So earlier we had only 80 lakhs total capital. This capital is going to increase now by 20 lakhs. Okay, because they're issuing additional debentures, and then this would result in increase of expected dividend to rupees 3. Currently, how much is the dividend per share? It is rupees 2. This is going to increase because the company is raising more debt. That means they are very confident. They want to expand the business, something. So they are doing that. So obviously, your shareholders will expect more dividend. So that is what they're expecting. They're expecting dividend to increase to ₹3 per share and leave the growth rate unchanged. Growth rate will be same. That will be 7% only forever. But the price of equity share will fall to ₹15 per share. Price of equity will fall to 15 per share. Earlier, how much was this price of share? It was 20. That will fall down to 15 rupees in the share market. Got it? So we have to calculate WACC for 2 scenarios. Okay, students? Do you understand the question? I think time is up. We will stop now. We will solve this question next class. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, and please do the
Thank you,
homework.
sir.
Whatever homework I have given,
Yes, sir.
3.4. What are the questions I gave you?
3.14, 3.15, and 3.17.
17, sir.
1 7.
Yeah, 3.14, 3.15, and 3.17 you cannot do because I have not taught it still. After doing
Yes, sir.
3.18, you can do 3.17. Tomorrow you can do. Okay?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Sir, when we should submit the assignment, sir?
Pardon me?
Sir, when we should submit the accounts assignment, sir?
I already mentioned in LMS. No, next week Friday. This Friday. you have to
Friday.
submit.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All of you, please read in LMS. Hope you are read in LMS. I gave all the instructions